Alright, we are back. Another episode, new day, new week. Monday. Yeah, waited all day today. I think just looking at the charts earlier in the day doesn't help. We had called along in Asia, and you'll see on the charts in a second, the market just absolutely pumped. We would have hit TP in a heartbeat today. I think just finding a methodology that's consistent is showing up at the right times every single day. And yeah, just trying not to beat myself up and trying to be positive. We're here at the times that we said we wanted to be. We're going to be risking $150 in this session. If we get down to that, we're going to hold out till 4 to risk the extra 100 on the 250 conservative and the extra 200 on the a bit more aggressive account. But yeah, as always, starting with Proverbs today. I really love this section, man. How long will you lie there, you sluggard? When will you get up from your sleep? A little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to rest, and poverty will come on you like a thief, and scarcity like an armed man. Especially for us men, I feel like this, call me sexist if you will, but I think for men specifically, it's a big call that God has on all of our lives to get up and work, as hard as it is. And that's not to say for the ladies that watch and trade as well, to put everything on the wayside. But I just think, going back to Genesis, the toil that us men have to face is a way that we can trust God in the hardship of life. This is hard. I must be honest with you guys. The past few days, I've felt so demotivated. I've had some hectic life stuff happen, but again, we've just got to get up. No matter how tired you are, no matter how hard it is, especially when it comes to trading. You've tried so many times and you're still getting stop loss and blowing accounts and whatnot. Still keep showing up. Don't give in to that rest of sleeping and dreaming. So let's make it happen. That's all. Basically what we're seeing here on an M3, this was the Asia call in the morning, starting down around here, bouncing off the previous week value area high. Really nice tap into from London session in here. So 3 and then 4 o'clock pretty much was our reversal straight back to the upside. Based on the volume we're seeing here, so the biggest volumes that we've had for the day were these candles in here and this candle here. And I'm really interested in a short right now, so let's log in. Got my timer for when I'm going to get locked out, so it's going to coincide with just before 10:30 open. Don't want to be at the charts around that time. It just cooks me, especially on a Monday. Like the rest of my week is going to go significantly downhill if I don't get off by 10:30 latest. Here we are on our accounts. We're up a significant bit actually for both accounts. Really grateful for that. We are going to enter short, and my strategy at the moment is just doing one micro per account just to start with, to make sure that we're in the right direction. Ultimately, I want to get to 7 micro contracts per account. That's the max I want to be having at a time, and that's only after 2 clear confluences to indicate that we are moving to the downside. Looking at gold, what do we see? Market structure shift. We've respected this, but it does look like we're pushing down until we see a closure below this to the downside. I'm not interested in shorts. There's not enough confluence for me to go long here unless we get a break back above this for the time being, but it does look like we've struggled for the past few hours. Looks like we are bleeding short here for the time being. I just need to look at where we'd be looking to get out of this position. So I don't know why point in control has changed to black, but keep it like that. Previous day point in control resting right here. We're looking at partial here, and then looking to see if we can take lows. The fact that we've already swept Asian lows, closed above Asian high, gives me indication we're at all-time highs. This is the all-time high spot literally right here from Friday. We'll see if we can make it. Let's put our volume nodes as well. I'm glad we had a check back. So just highlight these high volume areas where there's going to be no doubt some resistance. Right here, obviously got this main one. We have another little node in here. Beauty. These are the main areas that I'll be watching and looking to take partials at. We are going to add into our position here, getting a really nice run. Going to see if we can get a pullback. Should not be on the 30-second. Let's see if we can get a pullback up into here. 6. Ooh, that reaction isn't great. Make sure we put our stop loss as well. Alright, nice. Bleeding to the downside here. I'm going to add straight in here. Stops resting just here. Rough entry, but if we can come back down to these lows, that's what we'll add our final 3 micros for our full position of 7. So definitely could have put our limit order at this 1 minute and just been a bit more patient, but it's okay. Stops at a reasonable spot here, so I'm happy with that. Just want to see continuation to the downside here. Just going to watch the volume on an M3, these levels. Even though the candle looks like buys are stepping up, we can see here on a volume sort of perspective, doesn't appear to be the case, but we've still got about a minute to go here. We saw a lot of volume with this green candle here, but big wick to the upside, respecting this SIBI. So my anticipation, especially after seeing these 3 candles in a row of high volume to the upside, and this bearish sort of doji in this candle, does indicate that a reversal is likely. Where we go, who knows, but we did hit a weird spot, like a weird little 15-minute SIBI up in here too. I don't know if that's going to be significant or whether we're just going to look to come back into these regions and then bounce back up. So just keep monitoring. We can see we're still building up volume. Let's see how this closes. Not the greatest close here, if I'm honest, but let's wait and see how this one plays out. Okay, I did get a little bit worried there, but it does look like we're coming down with a bit of displacement here. We'll just see whether we close here or whether we're still going to have momentum to the downside. I'm going to adjust our entry just a little bit higher here. Based on the volume that we did see, like this started to come down pretty violently, so just wait and see. Again, still lots of volume that has been coming out of these candles here, so we'd be expecting a push down to at least this previous day point of control. I probably should mark out these levels, to be honest. Mark out in yellow. Everything else has been pretty much filled, so if we are going to start having a mammoth of a downturn, we've still got N-Dog right here with a pretty clear gap, which we can see approaching break even once again here. Just wait and see. I probably should adjust stops here, to be honest. If we get stopped out, we get stopped out. It is what it is. I'll just check the M3. We did wick just above this candle here. I do this candle probably is a bit of a better stop, but the fact that we're at all-time highs, let's not get too greedy with it, especially now that we're flipping bullish here. So here we go. If we take this low we're in, just see if sellers still have the juice to take this lower. So we need 14 if we get down to here. Yeah, and then we'll definitely adjust our stops to this point here. Let's wait and see. Nice push to the downside here. Alright, tapped in. Now we can start looking at partial spots. So wicking these lows I think would be important to look at. Tiny bit of a node, but not too much happening. So 25126 I think is a decent level to be looking at here. So I just want to take probably 2 off every time we hit one of these levels. So 2 there, definitely looking for about 2 here, so 25114 point of control. Current day point of control resting at about this level. We'll take it probably at the high volume node to 25091. 25091, and then I guess coming down to this previous node 246, final TP looking for about Asian lows 25051. There is still another node in here though, so maybe the midpoint of this node probably is a little bit better. 25060. Cool. So we'll see how much juice this trade has. I'm just trying to do the calculations in my head. Yeah, we should be okay. If we get all the way down here, I think even with the size that we have on, we should be okay. Should be, but let's wait and see. We'll flick back to the M3. Just want to check gold, because what we were seeing on the 3-minute for gold as well was a continued move to the downside here. Just looking to see if we get a closure below this low for a market structure shift. I don't mind this, what we're seeing here for MNQ. And let's see if we get that closure below here for gold as well. Look for shorts. Getting a nice move to the downside here. Just going to adjust our stops to here. See if we can nab this first partial. See if we got enough juice for it. And again, just using these key levels. So again, sweeping these lows for first target. I think more than likely we might see a bit of a bounce back around here, but let's just wait and see. We're going to shift to break even here as we're approaching the first target. Alright, so a bit of a reaction here, sweeping right at these levels. We'll just check on a smaller time frame. We do have a SIBI in here, so not all hope is lost. We haven't seen a crazy amount of volume to the upside as well, so don't need to fret too much just yet. But we're at break even, excuse me. This is the risk of trading. This is what we do. This thing on a 1 minute, if it's going to look any better for us here. Alright, nice. decent reaction from this point just here. Stops just to this high here. See if you can squeeze just for a little bit more to the downside. It might hover at this volume imbalance if buyers want to hold this. Just check ES. Alright, ES still spilling to the downside. I think we had a 3-minute BISI on ES now too. I'm really not liking this. 2 attempts holding this volume imbalance now. It's not looking good. Such a weird spot though, like we don't really have any volume nodes or anything like that. In 3 minutes looks clean here. Tiny little gap in here. Just looking at the volume levels, yeah. This would ideally be our stop, to be honest. 150.75. Where is that? 150.75 right here. Might have to give up a little bit of a loss here, but it is better than where we had our risk before, to be honest. We'll just have to wait and see. Oh, I don't like that volume spike. Let's just go to break even. There's a lot of volume stepping in right now, so don't need to risk it. ES isn't looking too great for bearish momentum. That's a little bit annoying. We're going to flip entry here. Shifting back to the long side, following the momentum of the day, targeting the previous day value area highs right now. I think we should blast straight through with all the momentum we've had bullish today. Was expecting a bit more of a rundown here, but glad we did manage to take ourselves out, pretty much break even. Looking for a retracement down into here for adding into our position, but if it just wants to run, we'll at least get our entry point. It's good to start with the one position in here. Let's see. Yeah, this probably was a bit of a tell, just looking at these 2 wicks on these candles. Even though the volume on the lower time frames doesn't really tell the story, but looking at this now, we can definitely see that. We were so close to that first partial level, but hey, look, it is what it is. Up in profit on this 1 micro now. Just be mindful on ES if there's any pockets where this might actually spill to the downside, but doesn't look like it so far. I don't mind if this wants to drop, so we'll just wait and see. This 1 micro is doing some work for us here, so gonna add into our position, shift back to the M3, holding stops just under in here. And now we're gonna make this 14. So we want our last entry spot in here. We'll bring it up obviously if we start clearing these highs. If we just have a bit of a hectic push, then we'll know what we're looking at. But we'll watch gold, see if gold is starting to react as well. Expecting this to push through here on gold. I don't want to touch gold until I'm like really sure, because it has the ability to really wreck you, this asset. Alright, glad we did manage to take ourselves out there when we did and took a break-even trade. That's still a win. I think previously I just moved my stops higher and higher until I got stopped out. Nice to see the growth there. If we get a decent push here, we'll look to have this extra, our last 3 micros at our entry. Let's see if we can accomplish that. Alright, so we had to push back into this region, and then we have just popped right back up, looking to take the previous highs once again here. So for now, there's not really much that we can do in terms of partials. I think we take 2 off here and then see if we want to keep on pumping to the upside. So 25184 and 25196. So 184, pretty much this spot here. 4 was the second. 25197, and then looking to leave the rest on as a runner. I'm probably going to move my stops just below this low here. If we want to come down and fill all this, we'll just look for a better entry than where we're at right now. Watching ES here as well. Have had another market structure shift on a 1 minute. So I'm going to adjust stops way up in here, and we'll just look to take the trade in this pocket right here. A really bad entry, to be honest, on my part. But just using the momentum of the day, we're up 0.6 or 0.7% on the day. So letting that momentum hopefully carry us. There's going to be more buyers stepping in than sellers, unless obviously news or something hectic. So just be patient with it. MNQ pushing down. ES is making a drop to the downside. Makes sense. We are right at this pivot point, but it's okay. We really wanted to change it, but that's alright. Cool. We're going to see if we can get a better entry in this fair value gap. ES does look like it's dumping here, so just got to be mindful of this. Just coming back to this spot here. I don't know why ES is looking a bit like Armageddon. Fair bit of volume stepping in right there. This might be the takeoff. Very annoying. Getting stopped when we did. That's alright. Back into the upside here. Super frustrating. just wicking out this low and then bounce back here. But these things happen. It is what it is. Nice bounce back on ES to confirm we could actually be having a bit of a reversal here. A little bit annoying that we took the loss here, but hey, look, it is what it is. I do think this gives us enough momentum for us to reach these levels. Current day high, previous day value area high as well, all-time highs. Resting right here, looking to see if we can get another entry point, especially if we get a closure or close to this level. We do look to see if we can add into this position here. This might just want to run without us. But I'm going a little bit heavy on the size today. Looking for another buyback in here. See if we can get it. Alright, 28. Now our new stop loss. Looking for a decent reaction to pump to the upside here. So just going to double all of these TPs just to see if we can push past through all of this. We need 8 here. We're going to be left with about 6 macros on the position. Let's see how we go. Looking for a break above here. More than 30 seconds, a bit too hectic. Switch back to our 1 minute. Definitely feeling myself getting a little bit more tense, more tight with the size on, just because we're close to our max stop levels as well here. Like, we don't have much breathing room if this wants to come down just even a little bit. So probably should be going to break even a lot sooner than what I am. Hopefully we have enough momentum now to take us all the way to the upside. So 15 minute, we didn't really get past this busy. Probably should have looked at this for a partial attempt to the downside. Did catch a nice little bit of this move though, to be fair. But this is looking pretty decent here on this re-entry to the upside. Just going to check out gold. Yeah, gold's still struggling to go higher here. MNQ looking like it wants to pull back a little bit here. Not great for our stop loss. I think we get to these all-time high levels, we've just got to be a little bit safe on the stop loss here. Just got to find a decent spot. Yeah, don't really want to be losing this low right here. It's not much wiggle room. I think we just got to be patient on this as well. Can't rush the process. MNQ, it's a fair bit of volume that's stepping in now. I think we've just had a 15-minute closure. There is a BC resting at 25157. Stops are pretty tight. They have to be just with the amount of size and drawdown we're rocking with here, but it is looking pretty positive. I think obviously these will be our next targets right here. Just gotta have the wherewithal to stick through it. This is just the thing when trading with size. Procedure can sometimes go out the window. Stops are at a good level, to be honest. I would ideally like them to be here, but stops are at a good level. Let's just watch it on the trading view to take the emotion out of it. And whatever happens, the last 3-minute closure was pretty bullish here. So I'm thinking stops resting under this low. Pretty much break even. Nice staircase to the upside here. We are trending quite nicely, not making lower lows for the time being. Expecting higher highs here, but really not too much volume now. As we approach these highs, there's obviously going to be some resistance. There's a fair bit of volume that did leave right here, so we'll just wait and see what's happening. For now, we are just going to stick to the upside. Stops at break even, so trade can do what it needs to do for the time being. Starting to get this push now. Adjusting stops ever so slightly. Do not want to choke this one out, but looking pretty positive here. Breaking through all of these small but still present SIBIs for the time being. Gold dropping now as well. Might even look at a position on gold. Closure a lot. We're on gold short. This could start massive momentum to the downside. Nice reactions here on MNQ. Really hoping we can push these highs. Watching gold for a sweep on this low as well. Potential pushback to the upside. Not too much risk, which is good. And gold, like we saw the other day, will tear a new one if you put a bit of size on. Nice. Split to the downside. Good entry on this. That's why I love the M3 as well. We've got a spot. Not a whole lot, to be honest. Let's see where this is on a M4. Maybe let's not take it all the way there, but just at these lows, resting right here. Nice push here. We'll just see the closure. If we start reversing all the way back up, we'll get out of this trade. MNQ, beautiful push to the upside here. Gold doing some moves right here. We didn't get an official closer just yet, but we did have a lot of displacement to the downside, so might actually look to add another one in. We'll just wait to see. I think watching the M3, really nice stuff here in MNQ. Just going to adjust our stops. This could have been a big liquidity sweep for gold here. Just keep our eyes peeled. Wow, what a reaction. This flips bullish, but definitely out of this. Let's wait for the closure. Wait for that time, see where it is. Shift down to the lower time frames as well. Just be patient. Push above this and we're just literally going to flip straight to 3 to the upside. Okay, pushing back down. We'll see whether we get held up here or whether we want to make a run for the upside. Not a great closure on the M3 here. It's all happening now. It's all happening. MNQ pushing for these highs. Should see these taken. Alright, gold looks like it might be wanting to flip here. We're flipping on gold here because we hit the micro limit. Probably for the best, unless we want to do this. So I'll stop here. Really was the M3 right here. This closure after wicking all of this, and now big push to the upside. So targeting these highs right here for gold now. MNQ having a little bit of stagnation. I think we should be okay to get through these highs. Great reaction on gold here. MNQ pushing down a little bit. I like our stops where they are. Gold looking decent here too. Looking for these highs to be taken on MNQ and gold. Still seeing some decent pushes here. Gold came down a little bit. Looks like MNQ now trying to pump for these highs. Also very close. I reckon we should just blast straight through here. Very close to our target of 500 for one of these accounts. Don't want to be too greedy, to be honest. Being this close and then just watching it all come back, but it is looking pretty positive for both these assets. Gold, we probably could still come down a little bit, but we don't have too much size on the table here. But yeah, looking for these highs on MNQ. Gold, any help would be great too, by the way, if you want to give us a hand. Nice. Gold pushing up here too. Alright, nice. First partial. Brilliant. It's doing this thing with this other account now. I can't even get rid of it. Oh yeah, I can. 992. Take this off. I don't even know where to go. Maybe just one micro long on MNQ. Just looking for the one. Okay, nice. New hour for 8 o'clock New York time. See if we can keep on pushing here. Oh wow. Gold with a little bit of a catapult here. Pushing to the downside now. There's a lot going on. I need to focus up a little bit here. Hold up. Just wait to see this closure. Targeting this for this MNQ position. Wait to see if we can get in profit here. Looks like we do want to come down. Gold pushing up, which is... I want to see this in the green before we look to potentially add, but watching this, making sure we definitely do not get below 400. Nice. 492. Alright, beauty. Gold, I'm not too sure what is going on here. I mean, bro, is just teasing for the time being. Nice. We'll push up. We don't need to add. Let's not increase our exposure here. Nice. Really nice push on MNQ. Can we hit the 5? Gold is going a bit crazy here. We might get stopped out on this position for a small loss. As we were saying yesterday, man, gold just has a mind of its own, to be honest. That's crazy. Might get stopped out here. We definitely want to just focus on this account now. We did take another partial. Brilliant. See if we can keep on pumping here. Get all of our positions out on this gold side. 6 for our stop loss here. So I'll stop with 6. Take it at this low. Getting close to our 875 target here. Punching 800. All-time highs. Previous value area high. We did take off some more partials. But yeah, really nice trade. Flip into the long side on this one. It looks like we're coming back down. I think we just take ourselves out here. Let's not get greedy. Beautiful banging trades. I honestly think we might just leave it at that. This probably was going to go to TP, but with already such a big move, we really don't need to give a lot back. We could probably look at taking a move on gold to the downside, especially after the reaction that we just saw once again. But this asset is just mind of its own for the time being. Let's just wait and see though. I don't mind a short on gold here. We'll just keep everything really tight. Watching the M3. That we pushed up, came right back down, closed below. This gives me indication that we are going to be heading a little bit lower on gold. Let me just check the trading view levels here as well. Yeah. So we're at point of control right now, which is why we are struggling a little bit. All-time highs from the other day. We have stagnated a fair bit here, so could punch down. It seems unlikely being at all-time highs, but Let's wait and see. Alright, nice steep drop to the downside. We can celebrate one account hit TP, which is great. This account with a lot more profit as well, so we can put it on cruise control. Nice push to the downside here. Just going to be trailing our stops. We definitely do not want to be giving a lot of this back. Adjusting stops probably would have been the call here again on MNQ, but that's all good. Can't complain. Let's see, this M2 I think will be pretty telling to see if we can close below this. Definitely seen some willingness to go to the downside here. So let's wait and see if we get this closure. A minute to go. If we do, I think we should be okay. Alright, so pushing up. Looks like this 2 minute is gonna hold. Going for one more push to the upside. Don't want to take this swing low because we have held this 2 minute level. We are at all-time highs on gold as well. Holding this point of control really quite nicely. Buyers do not want to let sellers have this, so that's my reasoning for this long. I do think if we can push up to these highs with the 3 micros we got going, we should be okay. If we drop below to 500, we're probably just going to call it. Come back at 4 a.m. to see if we can hit that last 300. Gold is just one of those assets that is a little bit hard to work with. It's basically what I'm seeing at the moment. Decent push on the one. Just come into this busy, really. So we shouldn't look back from here. Trailing up as we go. Liking this a lot. It definitely would have been okay with this MNQ position here. So instead of finishing the day, we're now down $144 with gold. It happens. It is what it is. Alright, cool. Decent reaction. Flip back to the higher time frames. Yeah, so we should be okay. Take one off here. We don't need you. 255. Yep. MNQ has just not looked back. One here, one at these highs, and that should be us. The rest will just leave as a runner. If we can get some momentum to the upside from here. Yeah. Still got this 1 minute. Oh my goodness me. That's okay, so I don't get sucked out. I'm just gonna check out the funded next, because I think we are actually at a payout right now too. Let me just double check. Oh my days, MNQ, bro. What? We got out like here, I think. Oh no, like around here. Oh my goodness. Wow. Oh wow, that is insane, bro. What a day. All-time highs. Gold starting to slightly follow suit now as well, so looking okay. But let me just see. The profit required for the target is 2. Let me just see. Let's increase your total profit to at least 2255. Total profit is 1093. Okay, so if we're doing 875, we're gonna need one more day for the, I think it is activated. I don't know, finding next, man. Maybe they're just doing too much right now. But that was that account. Let me check this one. This is the one we've gone a little bit more slow and steady with. So let's try this one now. 992. 992 is the slow and steady account. The profit required is 1,267. We're not going to be there just yet. Another 501 we've added to this. So we're sitting at 1,204 approximately. Needing about $67 in profit for our payout on this account. One more day for both of the accounts here, and we should be rocking and rolling, which would be exciting. Let me just double check. Yeah, okay. So breaking that down between 2 days, we're looking at about if we can hit that. So even where we're at right now, we could literally just call it and then come back tomorrow and try to hit the same target. We can look to take a payout. I'm just going to try to keep the same parameter levels, honestly, just for the risk to reward, because if we do take some losing days, obviously maximizing those winning days is just going to help in the long term. But yeah, MNQ, bro. MNQ. Wow. Thank God for the ability to switch here. I've just seen so many times me holding on to the bias of wanting to stay short, just to be correct. You don't want to be wrong. You don't want to have to say, yeah, my analysis was wrong, but then having just that ability to be like, okay, I am wrong, switch. Get a winning day. I'd much rather a winning day than be like, oh, I was wrong in my first analysis. But I think sometimes I just can hold on to the ego wanting to be right way too much. Let's just leave this gold position for the time being. I don't actually think I need to do too much. I'm just trying to look at the distance on where we're at now. 3964, so about 2, and that's $50. So it'd probably be down to 500 if we do get stopped out here, which would suck, but that's okay. Accept the risk. It'd still be a winning day. We can wake up at 4 and try and see if we can get that last little squeeze, or honestly just call it. But yeah, we're approaching 8:30 open here, New York time. We'll just switch to gold for now. MNQ is run, it's done its course, so we're just gonna let that one go. No point trying to FOMO. We did capitalize a fair bit of that move, so very grateful. And we'll just let gold continue to do its thing. Bro, gold, man. What is this? Man, what is this? Man. You have got to be joking me, bro. I cannot with this asset, bro. What in the world, man? It just makes no sense, bro. Oh my days. What is happening, bro? That is a joke, bro. That is a joke. Look at the P&L right now, man. What is happening? Oh, you just gotta laugh. There's not much else you can do but laugh, man. Wow. Right, clear break under the point of control here. Just waiting to see whether buyers just snap this back up again at a cheap price. I don't know, something just feels a bit weird with gold sitting at this spot right here. I'm not convinced. Not convinced we're going much higher than this. Maybe right here into this pocket in Asia. That hurts. MNQ looks like it's hit a little bit of respite as well, but previous day value area high right here. Yeah, crazy. Nothing's really clean for me right now. The only thing I can see is a tap back up into point of control here. Especially if we get here quickly, I'd actually be interested in a short. If we react and the M5 closes bearish below point of control. We've obviously seen a crazy amount of volume come back in here. The last bit of crazy volume we saw was just at the start of the London session. Let's see. 5-minute closure clearly below point of control here. Gonna be patient. Wait to see if price can come up for a tap here before looking for a push to the downside. Otherwise, if this starts melting without me, I am probably just going to call it for today. Super unfortunate, should have just adjusted stops. I really need to start doing that more in my trading, just adjusting stops. But that's okay. That is a-okay. Decent stats today. Win rate still substantially lower. This is just why I love having that function in TraderBait of locking yourself out once you've hit a specific target for the day. Can't do anything and my P&L isn't impacted. Super blessed, super stoked with that. Let's wait and see how we go here. There's nothing that looked clean. Even if we have to just take the $500 win for the day, it is what it is. Probably got a little bit too greedy with the sizing there. Gold, once again, man. It either does me so well or does me so dirty. But yeah, super blessed. Thank you, God, for a great trading session. Hoping to get up at 4 to get that last little bit out of the trade. But if not, let's just call it a winning day and come back tomorrow. Thank you for tuning in, guys. Appreciate it. And all the best. Stay blessed.